Well, my understanding is that a school basis wants to come and build on a lot that used to be residential. In fact, it's a lot that one of the lots there I played and climbed trees on when I was a child. I've lived in Castle Hills for over 50 years. I was raised in the house I live in now after much remodeling, and I've raised my sons in the same home. So to me, this is a very small community. I mean, people move back here. We moved away for a little while. We came back. People come back. It's just home to us. And having a school on lots where we used to play and climb trees and swing and act like monkeys doesn't fit our view of what our neighborhood should be. It's disappointing when I drive down Winston today, having lived here for so long and seeing that those homes were just torn down. What the little lane looks like today, just from the traffic that's already going up and down it. It's full of potholes. If you want to walk, you're taking your life in your hands. I'm really amazed at the amount of traffic that's already there just for a small little lane.
So, tell me about bases. What do you know about them, and how some a structure like that and that type of school going to impact what you know?
Okay. I don't know a lot about basis, I guess. I was a former teacher. I just retired from Northeast Independent School District. I taught for 31 years, and I taught at a school where we saw quite a few students go to basis for middle school, but then also would return back to their home high school campus. I taught special needs in my classroom in my elementary school. So I was a little concerned about basis when I heard about that they do a lot with gifted, but I don't know that they include a lot of special needs. I also know that it's an accelerated program, and maybe that wouldn't be fair to special needs students. But in my view, that kind of gave me I don't know if I care for that. I'm for school. I know the parents choose it because the parents love their children and they want what's best for them, and everybody has the right to do that. But I want what's best for my children and hopefully my grandchildren someday, and having 1,000-person school on a little lane isn't fitting into that need for us either. So while I don't pretend to be an expert about basis, it wouldn't be my choice for my child, but that doesn't mean that it's not a good school. It just wouldn't be for me.
What do you foresee happening community-wise if that structure will be built on that property?
I don't think it would be very long before the few poor little homes that are there at the end of Winston, and maybe the ones across, would fall. And then I think we would be losing a large chunk of some land, which could also be taxpayer, because right now those homes that are sitting on Winston do pay taxes. I can't imagine somebody wanting, like if those people wanted to sell, being able to sell if there's a huge school sitting right there. I can't imagine that somebody would want to do that. My dream would be is that a developer or someone would want to come back in and put some homes on the lots that are there, make it back into a neighborhood, and bring back some tax money for our city.
How is it going to impact you if that school's in there?
Well, I'm really worried about the traffic. I live on West Castle Lane, and I think that people already do cut through from Winston onto West Castle Lane. I use it sometimes when I want to go to Northwest Military because West Avenue does back up so much, and it's often difficult to take a left onto West Avenue off of West Castle Lane. So sometimes I will go that way and go up Winston and stop at the light to get a light so that I can turn and go my way. So I know neighbors are using it, people in the neighborhood are using it, but I also know that students from Antonian use it. I see them. I have a puppy, so we walk down the street and I see a lot of people that I don't know that are using those freeways. So I'm real worried about that, about how much it's going to back up. Years ago, the city came and put up no parking signs in front of my home. I'm 3 homes in on West Castle Lane. They put up no parking signs because some of the parents and parishioners from St. George over on East Castle Lane were parking on Sundays or special days like Easter or Christmas. And I found that kind of offensive. I thought, I don't care if they park there on a Sunday or whatever. It wasn't all the time. And I thought that was very unneighborly to do that to a church just for those weekends. And so I can't understand how we've gone from just a few cars parking up in front of my house to it's okay for 1,000 people, 2,000 people to drive up and down our streets now. I don't understand where that shift came from. So
have you seen? You might not have been involved there. Have you seen any communications between? What's the city doing about this whole situation? Anything at all?
At this point, I'm not real sure. I think that they're trying to be informed. I'm not real sure. At this point, I don't know what they can do because the sale hasn't happened. What I would like to see them do is be informed and be asking some questions, and maybe they are, and I'm just not privy to that. But and getting some information and maybe seeking resources, maybe from the city of San Antonio about what's happened in some of your communities, because it's a much bigger city. What's happened in some of your communities with traffic? How did you deal with this? What should we be looking for? Because I don't think that our poor city council can be experts on everything. And so I kind of leave it to them to go and seek information if they don't have it. So at this point, I'm not real sure what they're doing, but I'm hoping that that's what they're doing.
What would you like to see happen?
I would like to see Basis find another place, and if they found it in Castle Hills, that would be great. But I'd like them to find another place, and I would like to see those lots go back to being homes where people have their families and our little community stays what it is, and we get tax money.